But what does this all mean? You know, if you're out there, you know, if we've got someone listening to this and they're thinking, all right, what's the impact to me as a business? You know, what's the financial cost? What does some of these breaches look like in monetary terms?
So, I mean, if you are under any type of compliance, it's £17 million now, 10% of your global GP.
Yeah.
Revenue. You've now got environments where it's not just financial fines that are coming through. But look, the reason that the financial fines are becoming so big is simply because countries can't actually afford to have breaches happening in them constantly.
When you say 10%, just to drill down into that, 10% because of what? Because you didn't prevent it?
Yeah.
10% because you didn't act?
No, because you weren't prepared. So effectively, if you go and treat your security like a tick box exercise and go and say, we have EDR, we have all of this.
I got passwords.
Exactly that. But you're not enforcing your rules, you're not enforcing your policies, you're not making sure that things are happening, and you've been found to be neglectful in the way that you're treating your cybersecurity environment, you'll get fined.
Yeah.
If you have made no attempt to actually try and keep your environment at a certain level, to keep yourselves at a certain level of security, you're going to get fined. It really is as simple as that. The reason why countries can't take this anymore is if you get a supply chain attack that comes in and it's successful, you can affect a country's economy pretty badly. And like I said, these guys have access to unbelievable tools. The barrier to entry has dropped off. We're seeing nation-state level attacks happening from groups that we know are maybe 20 people maximum.
Yeah.
So
Talking a very small. I mean, we always want to assume it's some kind of governmental threat, you know, China or Iran or this whatever, you know, whoever that's kind of attacking us. It turns out it's just a small group of individuals or a small
group of people, yeah.
Fairly smart and well equipped,
yes,
and prepared to do what they would need to do to extort and extract as much capital. So I guess if you were to give anyone some advice, as to what to do, how to remedy the situation before it's too late, before those massive fines come in, what would those top 3 things be?
First thing is understand where your gaps are in your environment. Speak to cybersecurity professionals. Give us a call. We know what this looks like. We've mapped all of our solutions to GDPR, to the highest levels of compliance, to FCA as well, just to make sure that those environments are good. We understand what your cybersecurity insurance needs to look like as well.
Yeah, sure, it's a big part of it. Yeah.
Insurance is a massive part. It'll also give you a framework as to what you need to actually be working towards over there.
Yeah.
And then the third one is skill up. So your staff, yourselves, your environment, it's...
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely, in a situation.
We can help as much as possible to put the right tools in place to direct in terms of what should your processes look like. Your people, we can train them as much as possible. You need to develop a process to keep that piece going. It needs to be a continual cycle. Security is not one of those things that you put in a good solution and you leave it.
Yeah.
It's continual small steps that you need to do all of the time to make sure. That's why a lot of people don't like it, but unfortunately,
well, thank goodness we got people like you that are able to pick this up and help educate the rest of us on the complexity and the absolute minefield it sounds like.